Speaking of a lack of sanity, let's go to the UK current day as a man has been arrested for calling someone a Muppet. Says, I wish this was a joke. It isn't. Have you guys seen this video?
Yeah.
No. Okay, let's go check this out.
So I've been sat around there all this time, yet you decide to come and talk to me when I'm leaving.
Okay. Well, if you're going back for me, you're under arrest for Section 4A public order offence.
Just give us your camera. Hang on a minute.
I'll explain the circumstances.
Listen, all I'm going to say is, do you guys really want to do this?
Yes, we do.
Right, you're arresting me for what offence?
Section 4A public order.
Public order for what? Second pictures?
Listen, when I call, gives you a caution.
Hang on a minute. Are you body cam on? Are you recording? Right, can you identify yourself, please, all of you?
PCU 692.
PCU 1823.
870.
Sergeant.
1823.
You know what's amazing about this is how arrogant they are during this. Like they know they're doing something right by arresting this guy. Like they feel like so entitled. I feel like that's dripping off this video as we're watching this. Am I the only one who gets that?
They're also like talking over each other too, making it even harder to understand like what he's being arrested for. It feels very intimidating, right? They're all around him, talking over him, crowded. No, don't like it.
While they're doing this, a Muslim is stabbing somebody, and they're not doing shit about it. They're too busy They're too busy arresting the people that criticize them for not doing anything.
I'm just trying to figure out who filed the complaint. Kermit the Frog? Kermit the Frog here, reporting live. You know, I really didn't like how you expressed your certain sentiments about me over the internet. You called me a Muppet, and that's really offensive to me, so I'm sorry. We're going to have to take you in. Maybe jail you for a couple months.
I do like the idea of Kermit being offended by the term Muppet. You know, it's like Blabs being offended by being called a woman, you know.
How dare you?
Yeah. All right, let's continue.
23.
Yeah. Put your hands to your back then.
Is this really necessary?
At the minute, we don't know if you're carrying anything that might harm us. We don't know anything about you.
Oh, that's
I can't see your face, just out of precaution.
All right, let me just speak. That's a fair comment. I'll let you have that.
Right, yeah,
but I don't have anything what's going to harm you.
Everybody says that's what at the minute.
And I'm actually just going to go in lobby because it's a beautiful lobby.
Yeah.
I'm going to get some, because I ain't got any stills. I'm
My
going to take
colleague's
some
going to tell you
stills
the circumstances for why you've been arrested.
Am I being arrested or being detained?
Arrested, I just said the caution.
Arrested?
Yeah.
Well, what have I done wrong?
Can you hear the caution?
Public order.
Do you know the caution again, or are you?
Well, what have I done? Tell me what I've done.
There's been a member of the public who you've apparently been shouting at calling him a Muppet.
Right, I'm up it, yeah, and?
You caused him alarm and distress.
She's very upset
Right,
about it.
well, I'm gonna be straight with you guys now.
Don't forget you're under caution.
You're under caution.
I can feel you shaking. I can feel you shaking. Calm down. Calm down. You are shaking.
Right, you've got your rights.
I'm going to tell you now.
Should we go into the
calling somebody a
Before you
Muppet.
go
Hello, Kirby.
That's
Shut up, Frog.
unbelievable. You called somebody a Muppet.
You know, I looked it up too. I wanted to see if there was any kind of racial content. Nothing. It literally is just referring to like a foolish person in regards to the puppet itself. Like there's nothing that I'm seeing.
Is this the guy in the wheelchair?
I don't know what that is reference to. What do you mean?
Well, there's a guy that got arrested in a wheelchair, and they had to pick him up out of it to arrest him.
Oh no, that was the there was an old guy, a former veteran who was arrested. Yes, yeah, that
all his medals on him, stuff like.
I mean,
a joke.
Like this interaction here, this 5 seconds here is just nuts to me.
You've apparently been shouting at calling him a Muppet.
Right, I'm up it, yeah, and?
You caused him alarm and distress.
You caused him a lot of distress. Like in that theory, the police officer now causing him distress. So should the police officers now be arrested for causing him distress? If we're just going off of the fifis and the feelings and all this over in the UK now. By the way, I said this the other day. Sorry, UK. Fat chance we ever go over there, because if I ever land in the UK, I'm going to be fucking boated into the fucking their version of Alligator Alcatraz over there that I'm sure they're going to be building for all of us wrong thinkers and hurt, you know, people who hurt feelings over there. I'm sorry that your fifis are hurt. That's
they'll lock you in the Tower of London.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's their plan now. They're going to lock you in the Tower of London and do unspeakable acts, or at least say it. And cause you a lot of anxiety and stress.
Yeah, I'll feel very upset about these things.
You will, yes.
I've never, like, to see how quickly this is evaporated in the UK, just in a couple of years, built around being arrested because, man, I was actually talking to my daughter about this yesterday. I was talking to her about how important the First Amendment is. And I was like, you don't understand how lucky we have it here in America, in the United States. And I was using some of these. I didn't actually know this was a thing, but think about all the mean things that have been said about us online, right? Mean things that we've said to other people or thought about other people. And the idea of landing in the UK and being arrested, like we're certainly on some sort of list in the UK. I mean,
they said they were going to start arresting people in America. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I do remember that.
This is why I like to tag their politicians sometimes and call them
Muppets.
F words and stuff.
Can you explain that just in case anyone is unaware of that?
What I'm talking about?
As
Yeah, they
far
were
as
saying
this-
that they were going to
yeah.
look into going and getting people in America, which will never happen.
Wasn't it the UK police that said that? Like on Twitter, they were like, "Oh
Hold
yeah,
on.
we're gonna work with who was it, the FBI or some other."
I think it was the police. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me though. I'm pretty sure it was the UK police. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna work with like the American intels and we're gonna arrest people for being mean.
Well, it was a joke. It won't get anywhere. But
Yeah, it
Good
never
luck.
will. It's impossible.
Not a
We
chance.
say that
mess.
watching like a year from now.
Well, I know we got a lot of folks in the UK who tune in on a day-to-day basis, right? And you wonder if they will get in trouble for watching the show, or maybe our show is on. Let's say you're walking, hypothetical.
Yeah, it's a police chief said he was going to try to extradite or something. Somebody in the chat saying.
Oh, okay, that's good. Let's just say hypothetical, Flash. Somebody's watching your show as they got their phone on. Let's say they're doing the non nice thing. They don't have their headphones in. They just got they got you blaring, right? You say something offensive, or that somebody who is walking by is deemed offensive. Like you didn't even say it to them. You just said it. You said it, and the person who was watching the show heard it, and also a person walking by heard it, right? You had no interaction with somebody. That there's like a strong case there with this whole Muppet thing that you could be charged with something if you are ever to go to the UK. That's crazy to me.
Good thing I have no plans to ever go there. I wouldn't want to get stabbed and raped.
Mitsu,
Speak for yourself.
I mean, that's certainly on my agenda. I don't wake up in the morning and go, man, I really got stabbed and raped this morning. That's totally that's why I actually have the
Let's get
scars to prevent it.
freaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Listen, you come at me and stab and rape me. Listen, I'll come right back at you and try and choke the shit out of you. Maybe we'll meet somewhere in the middle on it.
Well, no, then they'll put you in jail for defying the rape.
Oh, that's right. I'm not allowed. That's only in Canada, though. We're not allowed to fight back in Canada anymore. My bad. Oh, did you not know about that one? Did you not see how they basically outlawed?
Are you?
They
in Canada?
rescinded castle doctrine laws completely, and are like, "Hey, you guys, we're going to take away your cameras first of all in a couple small Canadian towns. Look up that one; that's a fun one too." And then the other thing is, they're like, "Listen, this was the Canadian police chief. He's like, if you have a home invasion, just comply with everything that they do. We promise you'll be okay." Yeah, that's a really great.
The guy broke in with a crossbow.
Yeah,
and he got stabbed to death by the homeowner. And that guy's looking to get in trouble now. What a joke.
Yep. Canada.
Mitsu,
Tell your friends.
Are you in Canada? Mitsu?
No, but my ex-wife was Canadian, and over the course of my life, it's always been fun to see Canada as kind of that. Hey, look up there. Let's not do that.
Yeah. Do you guys get this feeling that the entire world is like kind of encroaching on the United States with this lack of ability to say anything? The whole, you got Canada over here who's fucking crazy. You got the UK, and this is thought to be like the civilized Western world, and it seems like it's all backtracking here in the last few years. It feels like they're all trying to encroach on the United States, or at least these ideals. Am I off on that, or is that just something that I'm looking at from a?
I don't know the truth.
Yeah,
Nobody wants to own up to their mistakes. The mark of integrity is owning up to your mistakes. And over the past 30 some odd years, the Europeans have done things in terms of walking back rights, freedoms, restrictions, everything you can possibly think of in service of hiding their mistakes. They made a lot of mistakes in terms of how they nurtured social programs instead of nurturing their armed forces, going back culturally and like having open borders, but not really taking care of understanding how they organize their societies and how they organize their governmental structures, what happens when you open up too much, too fast, too quickly. And as a result of that, you can see people are trying to lock down, but it's only in service to make sure that we're not getting the word out about what's actually happening. And that is a real concern. That is if you talk about where the algorithms for AI are hiding everything, sure, it is really, really easy to say, yes, there's an oversaturation, but at the same time, a lot of the truth is still being masked. It's still being drowned out by all of the noise. And the reality is the Europeans made a choice a long time ago to do what they did. And now there are valid complaints and concerns. But when you try to stifle that speech, what's the old saying from Serenity? Anybody remember that movie? I fucking love that movie. Not a Joss Whedon fan because he's a piece of shit, but loved Firefly. Great show.
Yeah.
You can't stop the signal. You can't. Eventually the word's going to get out, and when people find out what the truth is going to get worse, because they're going to have every right to be pissed off about what they need to be talking about that they're not allowed to talk about. Because the reason the UK is locking up those conversations is because they were doing some really shady stuff that they don't want to be widely disseminated and discussed. And that's okay. It's not, but that's the plan.
And it all started when Princess Diana died, huh?
It did.
Bringing it back to Candle in the Wind over here, just from the beginning of the show. Fucking Princess Diana. Goddamn.
But a perfect example of why you just never give any power away. Nothing ever. You hold on to that
100%.
with your dear life, no matter what they claim you are, because you're trying to hold on to that power. They can call you every name in the book. Always clutch onto that, because this is a perfect example of where it goes.
Clips of the show all the time. The live show Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Hit that subscribe button right here.